What's up, Beast People? Titos here, and welcome to a brand new top 5 on the channel. Today we're gonna go through the top 5 AGL units on Global Dokkan Battle. Of course, all that are available up until this day. So, I know Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta Evolution is coming soon, but that one won't be included on this list because it's still not in the game, so I'm just gonna go through the list and not include that one. And of course LRs are not included as well because that would make it unfair, but they will have their own list in the future, so do not worry about that. So let's go through. I believe this is the last type I need to do a top 5 on the channel, so yeah. And of course the video will be different from the other ones, as you guys can already see, because I feel like this is gonna be easier to do than the other ones, so I decided to go ahead and do it like this so that I can just chill, talk to you guys, and show you guys everything on the screen easily, as you guys can see here, and of course on a better way, because here you can see all the info about the character. So yeah, of course this is going to be on dokkanbattle.wikia.com, so link will be down below in the description if you want to check out the page. They have pretty much all the information about Dokkan that you might need. And let's get started with this AGL top 5. Now, of course, as you guys already know, I usually go through honorable mentions before I go into my favorite 5. So, let me catch my breath, because we have a lot to talk about here today, because this is actually, holy crap, like this type has so many good characters actually. When I was doing the list, the honorable mentions included and everything, it was crazy. I did not know what to pick, what was good, what was bad, because everything just looked amazing to me. So, I did my best to filter out a lot. I filtered out a lot. And I got the best of the best here, and oh my god, of course we're starting with the best, one of the best. I don't know if it's the best or one of the, I mean it is definitely one of the best, but I don't know if it's the best. I would say one of the best. Free-to-play units, like literally, it's entirely free to play. You can get this unit from an event, grind it on the event, awaken from the event, get it to 100% from an event, and you can still Extreme Z awaken it through the Extreme event, of course. So this is entirely free to play, and it's probably one of the best units free to play, okay? And it had to be here because AGL, and it had to be honorable mention because Piccolo is amazing. This Piccolo unit is amazing. It has an amazing leader skill, which is a new category. Honestly, it's the Namekin's category leader, and it's pretty solid with Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 75%. I mean, it's not the greatest, but it's still pretty solid. And of course, for AGL types, it has Ki plus 2, HP attack and defense plus 30%, which is okay. I mean, of course, you're not going to use it for this, but Namekins, I mean, whenever we get more Namekin characters in the future, it could be a solid leader, you know, it could be a solid leader, honestly. And hopefully we definitely get more Namekins like the Universe 6 characters, because honestly, we need more Namekins. We only have like Piccolos and Piccolos and Piccolos and Piccolos, then you have a Kami, then you have, I don't know if it's like, I think maybe the, oh my god, King Piccolo, and I think that's about it. Oh, there's Nail as well, and that's it. Like, that's not even enough for a team. So hopefully we get more characters in the future, of course, and it will be a better category to use. And the passive is just crazy. Attack and defense plus 60%, attack plus 12%, Ki plus 2 in addition per Rainbow Ki Sphere obtained. That is crazy. And he still transforms. He transforms. And of course, he gets even stronger after assimilation. Here it is. Assimilation. And he transforms into this Piccolo here. And he recovers 30 HP. 30% HP once. That's a good heal right there, 30%. Changes AGL Ki Spheres to Rainbow Ki Spheres, attack and defense plus 70%, and attack plus 15%, and Ki plus 3 in addition, and recovers 18,000 HP per Rainbow Ki Sphere obtained. That is amazing. He heals, he's a nuker, he gets a decent attack and defense boost, and he changes Ki Sphere colors. Like, he has about everything on it. It's crazy when he transforms. He's really, really good. So he had to be mentioned, and of course I took a little bit more time to talk about it just because, people, if you have the game, do this unit. You need to grind this unit. This is a must-have. You must have this Piccolo, okay? So, moving on, honorable mentions that we're gonna go through faster. So we have here, of course, Tomboy Troublemaker Pan GT, one of the best support units for AGL. AGL, okay, because Passive skill is AGL type key +3 and attack and defense +40% in addition. That is amazing. That is an amazing support skill, honestly. Any AGL team, if you want to have a support, this is the one you should bring because it's amazing. And stat-wise, it's pretty solid. If you get it to be maxed, it's pretty solid, honestly. And of course, supreme damage to enemies, allies attack +25% for 1 turn. So you can actually get a boost of 65% attack on your entire team in 1 turn if it does a super attack. That is crazy. That's a pretty good boost, honestly, if you ask me. So this is a pretty good support unit. Of course, it had to be here. Another kind of support unit that is ruled by Bloodlust, Android 17 from GT. And this one has AGL and intelligence type, key +2 and attack defense +25%. It's pretty solid. That's a pretty solid passive skill, honestly. It's pretty good, and it greatly lowers defense of enemies, so that helps the team as well. And a great support unit yet again. AGL has a lot of support units, honestly. It has a lot of pretty good support units. And I mean, stat-wise, he's pretty good. It's a good unit, you know, solid stats, normal with 14,000 HP at max, of course, and 13,000 attack and 9,000 defense. That's pretty solid, honestly. Even if you don't get it to be maxed out, it's still pretty solid with 11,000, 10,000, and 6,000 defense. That's pretty solid. Of course, take into account all the boosts from passives, and of course, depending on the team you have that's AGL focused, he's gonna get even stronger. So, hey, that's pretty good, if you ask me. Then, of course, another one that I just have it as a support unit as well, and it looks amazing. The art looks amazing, and it is Immutable Fighter Super Vegeta with AGL, STR, and physical type, key +2 attack and defense +25%, and weakens regeneration. Now, regeneration is only good for some events like Cell event and stuff like that, but that passive skill, it's like Android 17, but a little bit on steroids in the sense that it's 3 different types, not just 2. Android 17 is AGL and intelligence. This one is AGL, STR, and physical. So it kind of gives you more options when you put them on the team to get that +25 boost and +2 key. Pretty good, and raises attack for 9 turns. That's solid as well, raising attack for the team. So pretty good support unit as well. Here we have the Golden Frieza, an amazing tank. This is an amazing tank. I mean, damage received -90% when HP is 50% or above. That is crazy good. I mean, he's an amazing tank. There it is. If you want a tank for any of the categories, or even Extreme AGL, this one is your tank. Literally. This is one of the best tanks in the game. I mean, at least for me, because it works. It's a freaking amazing. So, Golden Frieza, amazing tank right here. Then we have Bullpen. Bullpen is here mostly because of the support it gives, because it's key +3 for all allies. That's pretty solid if you want more key on the team, you know? If you want more key, hey, she's the one to go. And stat-wise, she's decent. She's pretty hard to get because she's very exclusive from the Fusions banner, but still. Bullpen, cool art, cool character, and decent passive, you know? Key +3, I mean, that's okay, you know? That's solid. I'll take it. Then, of course, we have Point Blank Flash Super Saiyan 2 Gohan, and this one is basically Android 17 as a support, but for supers mostly. I mean, it fits better in a super team, and it's not intelligence, it's STR, so it's AGL and STR type, key +2, attack and defense +25%. That is pretty good for me, honestly, and it fits better for a super team. If you want a support unit, I mean, this one or Vegeta would fit better. So, I mean, I would still probably maybe, I mean, I don't know, stat-wise, is Gohan actually better than Vegeta? Yeah, Gohan is a little bit better than Vegeta, I feel like. Wait, it's 12, 12, 11, 13, 12, and 9. Okay, actually Vegeta can be a little bit better than him, so I would rather take Vegeta. But this Gohan is pretty good as well, because, wait, this is not free to play. Never mind, I was about to say it's free to play, but it's not. It's, the medals are from the event, but it's not free to play. Never mind that, but he's pretty solid. Raises attack for 3 turns, and he's solid, honestly. I've used it. I have used this character on my AGL team as a support and everything, and he's pretty good. He did the job so far for me, so pretty good unit right here. Another pretty good support unit, it is Bardock with AGL and STR types, key +2 and attack +30%. Doesn't give any defense, but it does provide a solid 30% attack. That's pretty good, if you ask me, for AGL and STR types. And I mean, stat-wise, pretty solid unit as well, and greatly raises attack for 1 turn. So you're gonna get a nice attack boost if you have this thing on your team. Another solid support unit right here that I freaking love, because Bardock. Here we have Super Saiyan God Goku, the new Dokkan Awaken that we got with Ultra Instinct event, and art looks amazing. I love this art. I mean, ripped shirt Goku is the best, and Super Saiyan God, amazing. And passive skill, attack and defense +80% when performing a super attack. I mean, did I say that this was a support unit? I did not, because this is not a support unit. If I did say that, delete that from your mind, okay? This is not a support unit. This one is just straight up a solid, decent unit to have on your team. If you're having a Realm of Gods team, maybe Pure Saiyans or representatives of Universe 7, the new category, this is a solid unit to have. That's what it is. It's not a support unit, it's a solid unit. It's pretty freaking good and looks amazing. So it is an amazing unit to use. Honestly, I have used it. It hits hard, it can tank well, and it's just a decent unit, and it looks amazing. And the art is amazing. I freaking love this art. So that's a solid unit there. Then we have, of course, another solid unit, which is Next Level Strike Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Goku, the one with the Kaioken, and he's just pretty strong. I mean, attack +20,000 and defense +10,000 for 10 turns from the start of the turn. I mean, that's insane. Of course, it sacrifices 5% of your HP whenever you super attack, but it is still gonna dish out a ton of damage to any enemy. Honestly, it's gonna dish out a ton of damage. So pretty solid unit right here, yet again. And we're still not on the top 5, okay? We're still not on the top 5. This is all honorable mentions, guys. So let me continue. We have Boundless Potential Super Saiyan 2 Caulifla, because this thing can dodge a lot. It dodges a lot, honestly, and it is amazing. It's amazing. It does supreme damage to enemy, raises defense by 30% for 3 turns. It provides defense for your team. That's pretty good. Attack +90%, and high chance to evade enemies' attack, including super attacks. That is pretty good. Or medium chance to evade enemy super attack and counter with tremendous power. That is amazing. I mean, it's not the Vegito, but it's close to it, and that's pretty good. That makes her super viable on any of the category teams and AGL as well. Amazing card right here, really good. Next one would be the Ultimate Android Super 17. I mean, just because it's a 120% lead. If you want to have an extreme 120% lead on your team, for your team, then this is the one. It's literally the only one you can have for an extreme AGL team as the leader. That's pretty good, so that's why he's here. At least honorable mention, not top 5, because honestly I don't really use him, and I don't know, it's just, it doesn't really stand out for me, honestly. It greatly lowers defense, damage received -40%, attack +30% with each attack received up to 120%. I mean, that he gets stronger the more attacks he receives, but that's about it for his passive. And damage received -40%. I mean, that's okay, you know. You can tank a little bit, so okay, that's okay. That's solid, you know. That's it. Doesn't really stand out to me. Could have been better, honestly, but 120% lead, that makes him good, I guess, somehow. So that's pretty much it. And last honorable mention will go to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. This one is not on the top 5 because this one only got good recently with the Extreme Z Awaken, and it still doesn't really stand out to me. It's just a hard hitter and tank now. He can tank a little bit more now and has higher stats, and that's about it. Doesn't really stand out, you know, to me, so it's not really my top 5, not one of my favorites. I mean, card art and super attack and everything look amazing, but yeah, that's about it. So at least it's the number 1 of the honorable mentions, you know. It's the best one for me, just because of the card art and because it got super strong. The missed damage to enemy greatly lowers defense, and defense +70% at the start of the turn, and attack +120% for 7 turns at the start of the turn. So pretty strong, you know, pretty solid. It's gonna hit hard, it's gonna tank, pretty good. It's an OG unit. At this point, most people have this totally maxed out at this point, and I don't, but I have him pretty strong. I think I have 2 paths opened on it, so I'm getting there. And he's fully Extreme Z Awakened, so pretty solid unit right here. And finally, oh my god, finally, it's... Okay, this is a big video, okay guys? I hope you guys are staying with me to talk about all this. Hope you guys are staying with me. We're gonna dive into the top 5. Let's freaking do this. So, number 5, Rose. We have the Rose Stained Super Saiyan Goku Black. This one is... I mean, he's one of the best extreme units, honestly. At least as far as inside AGL. He's really, really good. Extreme class Ki plus 3 and HP attack and defense plus 50%. Now, of course, as the leader, Android 17 is the one to go for. He's the best leader for extremes. Not this one. This one is good if you want to have an overall all-colored extreme class team. So, that's okay, you know? And the passive attack plus 100%, that's pretty good. And extreme class Ki plus 3 at the start of the turn. So he's a support, provides Ki to all extreme units on your team. So he's a must-have on your extreme team, honestly, because plus 3 Ki, that's awesome. And he's an overall really strong unit. He hits hard, he tanks, and greatly lowers defense to the enemy, so that's gonna help a lot on your team as well. So, and I just love Rose. I love Rose. I gotta be honest, I freaking love Rose, and it just had to be my number 5. It had to be my number 5. I freaking love this card. I got it when it got released, this one. I didn't get the Vegito, but now I have it though. But I didn't get him. I only got this Rose, and it's amazing. It still works. It still puts the work out there on my extreme team. Even when of course, I'm not using the STR one. But when I use it, it's still really, really good. So, had to be my number 5. Number 4, we have Unparalleled Golden Ki Super Vegito. Of course, this is pretty obvious. I think this unit at this point is pretty self-explanatory. I mean, it's Vegito. What else do you want to say about this? I mean, solid leader skill. Of course, you're not going to use this nowadays. You probably have something better to use for your AGL team. But this one is really strong. And it just works on any super team overall. Causes immense damage, allies attack plus 30% for 1 turn. It boosts the attack of 30%. That's pretty solid. And the passive, damage received from normal attacks minus 80% and counters with tremendous power. Pretty simple, but it works. It works. It's a tank for normal attacks because it literally receives no damage from normal attacks basically. And it always counters. That's pretty good. That's always extra damage to the enemy. And stat-wise, he's really strong because he's an older unit. He's really, really strong. So, it just had to be my number 4. Number 3, we have Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta over here. 120 lead for Super Types AGL. So, if you want to have a super team, this is the one. He's the leader. And he's just amazing. This thing hits like a truck. He hits strong as hell. Honestly, it hits really, really strong. And greatly lowers defense of the enemy. Attack and defense plus 120%, so he gets a decent boost to its stats. Medium chance of evading enemy super attack and countering with tremendous power. So, if you want to tank a super attack, he's the one that you gotta put up front. You know, he's gonna tank the super attacks for you. Sometimes evading and hitting with a counter. That is amazing, right there. And he's the 120 lead. And hits like a truck, literally. This thing, it still hits crazy. It still does millions of damage, and that's insane. So, really solid unit here, and of course it had to be number 3. And I mean, who doesn't like Super Saiyan 4? Come on, Super Saiyan 4 is there. Had to be number 3. On number 2, a very underrated unit. Very underrated, if I'm honest. Very underrated. Turles. This one is the movie bosses category leader. A pretty solid category if you ask me, honestly. Movie bosses is a pretty strong category, and people look down on this unit. Like, I know a lot of people that didn't even put stones into him. I did not put a lot of stones into him because I do not have a lot of movie boss characters. I did want it, and I did play a little bit of stones into him to try to get him, but I did not get him, sadly. But this unit is really, really good because, I mean, it's passive though. All allies Ki plus 3 and attack plus 40%. That right there is already a really good support passive. And then super class enemies attack minus 15%. that is really solid for super events. And it can transform when conditions are met. It gets a boost, and the boost makes him get a attack and defense plus 130%, recover 15% HP, and superclass enemies defense minus 80% at the start of the turn. I don't know, but this thing is out here to destroy super units. Honestly, this thing is amazing. It's a crazy support unit. Really, really good. So it's really looked down, honestly. This thing just looks amazing. Like just seeing how it works here, it sounds amazing. It sounds freaking amazing. I mean, this is almost like a must-have on an extreme team, because you can definitely run this as movie boss category leader or as a support unit on your extreme team, and it's still gonna work. All the passive, it's still gonna work. That is crazy, if you ask me. And it can even still work as kind of a support on a super team if you can make it work with Saiyans, because his passive only affects superclass enemies. It has the enemies there. It's not all superclass units. It doesn't include the team. So it's not going to hinder your team, which is amazing, because there are some other units that hinder the team as well, like Golden Frieza, Intelligence one. This one doesn't. So that's pretty good. And that's why it's number 2. It's number 2 just because of all that. It's a great unit. Now, of course, on number 1, we have the newest Goku. Boiling Power Super Saiyan Goku. And this one looks amazing. Card art is amazing. And leader skill, superclass Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 120%. You can literally make any sort of super team with this thing as your leader. It's a great leader skill, and the passive, it just gets better, and it has all the transformations. I mean, that's just super epic. All the transformations. Attack and defense plus 80%, reduces damage received by 21%, and transforms when conditions are met, which is basically at the 3rd turn it transforms into Super Saiyan 2, which I don't know if you can actually see all of the transformations here. I think we can actually see them. I don't know if I need to open it up. No, we cannot actually see them. We can change the page. Okay, so Super Saiyan 2 here, and after Super Saiyan 2, it transforms every turn. Every turn passes, it transforms onto the next stage. So we have Super Saiyan 2, which attack plus 90%, defense plus 60%, reduces damage received by 22%. Amazing. I mean, overall from now on it's just great, and he's always raising his attack and defense every time he supers. So when he gets to the last transformation, which I mean that's the only downside of it, is that it's a lot of turns. You rarely get the blue. Like honestly, I feel like sometimes I get to God and that's it. Most of the times I can get to 3. Sometimes to God, blue, really hard. But the good thing about it is that if the event is hard enough to make you last that long, you're gonna have a really solid super attack waiting for you at Super Saiyan Blue. Because Super Saiyan 3, it gets stronger, and of course it gets better. Then Super Saiyan God, which looks amazing. I mean, overall this card it's amazing. It looks amazing, and it had to be number 1. This had to be number 1. It is the number 1 AGL unit on the game right now. It looks amazing. All the transformations, really, really good. It's a must-have, either AGL or Super Team. It doesn't matter which team you're running in, you must have this thing. If you have this unit, this thing needs to go on the team. And the super attack just looks amazing. Super attacks look amazing. So yeah, it had to be my number 1. That's about it. And we're finally done with this AGL top 5 video. Holy crap, we took 24 minutes talking about this. I swear, it was a lot of characters. It's a lot of characters. There's a lot of really good characters on this type. So I really had to take my time and talk about all of them. So let me know down below in the comments which are your favorite 5 AGL characters in Dokkan Battle Global at the moment. Of course JP as well, if you play JP, it doesn't matter. Let me know which are your favorite 5 AGL characters down below. Of course, I want to talk to you guys and see what you guys think. Which are your favorite ones? And of course, let me know which would be the next top 5 you'd like me to do about Dokkan. I mean, maybe next would be top 5 LRs in the game. Maybe I could do that one. Maybe it'll be that one, who knows. But let me know. And of course, if you have enjoyed this long video, if you have enjoyed this whole talk, fire punch that like button down below and subscribe to join the Beast Army and for more Pokemon and Dragon Ball content. So that's pretty much it for today, guys. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and I'll catch you all on the next one. So until then, everyone, you already know, stay beast. See ya!